Should you sing a worship song written by a pastor whose own theology is under fire? That's not hypothetical. It's the real tension behind The Blessing, the most sung blessing on the planet, sung in 300 languages across 150 nations, written in part by Stephen Furtick, one of the most polarizing pastors in America. This is the story of a true song that came out of a divided house. Start with the song, because you have to see how clean it is before we go anywhere near the controversy. In March 2020, Elevation Worship, with Kari Joby and Cody Carnes, released The Blessing. And here's the thing that matters most and gets lost first. The lyrics aren't really theirs. The Lord bless you and keep you, make his face shine upon you, and be gracious to you. That's not a worship industry hook. That's Numbers, chapter 6. The words God literally put in Aaron's mouth to speak over his people 3,500 years ago. Archaeologists have dug those exact words out of the ground on silver scrolls, older than most of the Bible was ever written down. So when we talk about the blessing, understand, nobody, not one critic, disputes the words. You cannot. They're scripture, but it wasn't just clean, it was perfectly timed. It came out in the same days the world shut down. Churches were emptying. And this ancient benediction, one congregation singing God's favor over the next and the next, went around the earth in the exact moment nobody could stand in a room together. 44 million views. A world edition with people from 154 nations singing it in 257 languages. 2 Dove Awards, a Grammy nomination. For a lot of believers, that song was 2020. It's genuinely beautiful. Hold on to that, because none of what follows is about the song. It's about the man whose name is on it. So who is this guy? Because one of the 4 writers credited on The Blessing is Stephen Furtick, pastor of Elevation Church in Charlotte, one of the biggest churches in America, 17,000 people a week across 20 locations. And Furtick is not a quiet figure. For over a decade he has been, depending on who you ask, one of the most influential communicators in the modern church, or one of its most dangerous. And I want to be careful here, more careful than the internet usually is, because a lot of what gets thrown at him is overheated. But not all of it. Some of it is real, and documented, and worth a Christian actually thinking about. So let's do the thing almost nobody does with a famous pastor. Let's separate what's a genuine problem from what's just noise. 3 charges get thrown at this man. One of them is real. One is a reach. And one should bother you for a completely different reason. Let's take them in order. Start with the clearest one, because it's not a matter of tone, it's doctrine. In a sermon back in 2015, Furtick stood up and said, and I'm quoting, "God broke the law for love." He built a whole illustration on it, a parent speeding to the hospital to save their kid, breaking the speed limit out of love. God, he said, broke his own law to rescue you. And it sounds warm. It sounds like grace. And it is wrong. The Reformed pastor Todd Pruitt didn't hold back. He called it, and I'm quoting him directly, the basest sort of blasphemy to suggest God broke his own law. And he's on to something. Because God's law isn't a speed limit, an arbitrary rule he can suspend when he feels like it. God's law is a description of his own character. He can no more break it than he can stop being himself. And here's the part that actually matters. The cross is not God breaking the law. The cross is God keeping it. Every demand of justice that stood against you didn't get waved away. It got paid, in full, by Christ. That's the whole gospel. If God had simply broken the law for love, your guilt would still be sitting there. It's precisely because he didn't break it, because He satisfied it, that you can be free. So this one isn't a nitpick. It's the difference between a God who bends the rules and a God who bore them. Then there's the one that gets shouted the loudest, the accusation that Furtick denies the Trinity. And here I want to slow all the way down, because this is where the discernment crowd usually overplays a real card. There's a clip where he says of Jesus, "I am not leaving you, I am changing forms." And to a lot of ears, that sounds like an ancient heresy called modalism, the idea that God isn't three eternal persons, but one person wearing three costumes, one at a time. That's a serious charge. But here's the honest picture. That's one line, from one sermon, pulled out and passed around, without what came before or after it. Elevation Church's actual written statement of faith is plainly, fully orthodox: one God, three co-equal, company eternal persons, Father, Son, and Spirit. And even some of Furtick's own critics, reformed guys who are no fans of his, have said flatly that calling this heresy is a reach. So what do we do with it? We do the honest thing. We say, that phrasing was careless, and a man teaching millions should be more careful with the deepest mystery in the faith. But careless is not the same as heretic. And a Christian who wants to be trusted when the criticism is real has to be scrupulously fair when it isn't. This one is a caution, not a conviction. And then there's the pattern that isn't about a sermon at all. It's about the show. Years ago, Elevation got caught with an internal document titled, and I'm not making this up, "Spontaneous Baptisms: A How-To Guide." It instructed 15 volunteers to be planted in the crowd and to move first, the moment the pastor gave the call, to walk, quote, through the highest visibility areas on the longest walk, so that everyone else would follow. The baptisms that followed may well have been real. NBC investigated it. The church's own finance officer admitted the staging. And you can call that logistics if you want. But there's an older word for manufacturing the appearance of a move of God so the real thing follows the script. It's a kind of theater. Does staging the walk make the baptism fake? Not necessarily. But why does a move of God need a script at all? And a movement that has to be stage managed to look spontaneous should make a thoughtful believer just a little bit uneasy about what else is being produced. So now we're standing in front of the actual question, the one this whole episode exists for. Here's a song that is pure scripture, the literal words of God, with a man's name on it who's preaching in places genuinely misses. So what do you do on Sunday morning? Do you sing it? And this isn't a new problem. The church has faced it for 2,000 years. Some of the hymns you love best were written by people with theology you'd walk out of. We sing "What a Beautiful Name" from a movement with its own long list of scandals. The reformers argued about this. Does a true thing become false because the hands that passed it to you weren't clean? And the answer the church kept landing on is no. Because when you sing "The Lord bless you and keep you," you are not endorsing Stephen Furtick. You are agreeing with Moses. The truth of Numbers 6 does not rise or fall on the man who set it to music, any more than the truth of a psalm rises or falls on David, who was, let's remember, an adulterer and had a man killed. Be honest, you'd already decided which side you're on before this video started. But, and this is the other edge of it, you can sing it is not the same as, so stop paying attention. Discernment isn't canceling. It's the opposite of canceling. Canceling is lazy. You throw the whole person in the bin and stop thinking. Discernment is harder. It makes you hold two things at once. You can lift your hands to a true song on Sunday and still teach your kids, on Monday, why God broke the law for love is not actually the gospel. You can receive the blessing and still test the teaching. In fact, that's the command. Test everything. Hold fast to what is good. Not test nothing, and swallow it all. And not trust no one, and sing nothing. The mark of a mature church isn't which pastors it worships and which it burns. It's whether it can still tell the gold from the man holding it. So here's where it lands. 1 doctrine error. 1 overreach. Corrected. 1 staged move. That's the ledger. The blessing went around the world in the worst year most of us can remember, and it did real good, and it will outlive every argument on this channel, because it was never Furtick's blessing to give or to ruin. It's God's. He spoke it over Aaron, and over you, long before any of us were here to fight about it. The song is not the problem. It never was. The question the song leaves behind is the one for us. Can you receive something true from a flawed vessel, and still keep your discernment switched on? Because if you can't hold both, you'll end up in one of 2 ditches. You'll follow a man off a cliff because you liked his song, or you'll throw away a true word because you didn't like his hands. The house is still divided. The road runs straight through the middle of it.